Today is Monday, November 30. I'm Pastor Michael, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. Today our text comes from Matthew 1. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Immanuel, which means God with us, verses 22 and 23. Did you notice the new music? It's Advent. We thought it was time to change up wilderness wanderings, and Advent seemed like as good a time as any to do that. So a couple of things we are changing. First of all, as you notice, the music. Second, you will be invited to make a simple paper ornament to hang up somewhere in your residence. We are including links to these ornaments in the notes. All you need to do is print, decorate, and hang them up. You can find them on our church website under Advent Resources. If you don't have a printer, you can probably make your own or get some from the church. The third thing that's going to be different is that we're going to invite you to do something practical each day. And let me explain that. Our Advent theme comes from our text for today. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Immanuel, which means God with us. To borrow a jazz expression, we're going to offer you about 20 riffs on the theme Immanuel, which is the name of our congregation. This seems like a good year to dig into that name, which means God with us. Now, some background to Matthew's text might be helpful. He refers to a passage found in Isaiah 7. Ahaz, who's king of Judah, is being attacked by two other kings, and he is frightened. Isaiah shows up and tells Ahaz to trust God. And to bolster his trust, the king needs to ask God for a sign. But Ahaz won't. He won't test God. Truth be told, Ahaz doesn't have much trust in God at all. He doesn't want to ask for a sign because he doesn't want to trust God. Isaiah says that God will give Ahaz a sign nonetheless. A virgin, the Hebrew actually says just young woman, will give birth to a son and name him Immanuel. God wants Ahaz to know that he is with his people even when they cannot see it, even when they don't believe it. He is with them because that is who he is. Matthew recognized that Isaiah's prophecy to Ahaz was being fulfilled again in Jesus. Jesus is Immanuel. The theme is woven throughout Matthew's gospel, which ends with Jesus' promise, I am with you to the end of the age. After Jesus, this prophecy won't need any more fulfillment. As Christians, we live by this promise. We live our Christian lives in the faith that this is true. But here's the thing. As with forgiveness, we don't experience this much unless we also live it. As Jesus said in a parable, when we help the hungry or the thirsty or the sick or the prisoners, we discover Jesus. When we act as the hands and feet of Jesus, we discover that he is with us. So this Advent, we'd like to suggest that when you prepare your ornaments, you include on them how you can be the hands and feet of Jesus. And then, of course, we need to go and do it. Here's a suggestion for today. Ahaz was frightened. Isaiah was God's messenger to him. Don't be afraid. God is with you. Let's see if we can find someone who's afraid and remind them that God is with them. We are hoping that this will become a congregational exercise, which means you're allowed to talk to others about what you are experiencing. You can also write it to us, and maybe we'll share your stories anonymously if you prefer. Remember that Jesus is Immanuel, God with us. As you journey on, go with the blessing of God. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you, wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May your day end with rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. May you rest in his provision as he brings night, and then new dawn.